displayed by the NASCAR starter, Harold Kinder. The pace car and the field now beginning to move through that final corner on the racetrack. Number 7, it's Terry Labonte on the pole with Rusty Wallace alongside, and Jeff Bodine and Tim Richmond in that second row. The pace car pulls off, and after a long delay because of rain, the Budweiser at the Glen Winston Cup race is underway, and the field roars down this main straightaway, headed for turn number 1. Labonte on the inside, Rusty Wallace to the outside. They go into the first turn, and Rusty drops back to third as Jeff Bodine has grabbed that second spot.
Bodine to the lead. Jeff Bodine, fresh off of the IROC win and championship for 1987, takes to the lead. One comment about Darrell Waltrip. Jerry mentioned before the race started he felt that Rusty Wallace was one of the sleepers. I suggest that Darrell Waltrip may be one of the sleepers in this field. You can see the bright orange Tide car.
There is Jeff Bodine showing the way as the cars move down the backstretch, and we have a spin. Buddy Baker has spun in that car number 88 Crisco Oldsmobile. However, he is getting himself headed in the right direction, and Buddy Baker will resume, but you can see damage there on the left rear corner of the race car. But Buddy is headed in the right direction now, and the field at full speed is led by Jeff Bodine. That's Terry Labonte running second. Rusty Wallace is third. They are about to complete the first lap. There they are between, again, turns number 6 and 7. Bodine moves through the 7th corner, headed the main straightaway. Lap number 1 is completed with Bodine the leader.
Bob, the man with the big move on lap 1 was Neil Bonnet. You might have seen the Valvoline Pontiac dicing as he came down the front stretch. There he is again on the left-hand side of your screen. Bonnet is feeling very strong. He is right now testing Tim Richmond. Neil Bonnet has had a great start. There's Ricky Rudd also taking a look on the low side of Morgan Shepherd.
Neil Bonnet has moved to 5th position. There he is with the number 75 car. He's moved to 5th behind Tim Richmond there, who is running in 4th position in car number 25. So a good start for Neil Bonnet, who started back in 10th positions and picked up 5 spots in that very first lap. And there he goes to the inside, testing Tim Richmond now as they head for another corner, and he has got him. Bonnet is really on the move. He's moved to 4th already.
Neil is feeling very racy today. He is one of those teams that they have been near the top many times this year, and they're so hungry for a win, and they keep saying, I think this is our week. I think this is our week. And it's been a matter of numbers, I think, for Neil Bonnet. He has certainly shown the capability, as well as that team, of running up front and winning.
As you can see in the graphic there, he is currently in 4th position in the point standings, but until the most recent Winston Cup race before this one, he was in 2nd position in the points. Let's go to Dick Berggren.
Bob Jenkins, if you want to know who the favorite is in this race, at least with the crowd who's assembled, for sure is Jeff Bodine. When he came by in that first lap with a lead, this whole place got up on its feet, cheered and applauded. He just came by again. They did the same thing. When Bodine comes by, the whole grandstand stands up for him.
This is almost like watching a Formula One race, Larry, in Italy, when every time the Ferrari goes by, they stand and cheer. They're doing exactly the same thing with their hometown favorite, Jeff Bodine.
Bob, the crowd was so enthusiastic when Jeff qualified. He said, I think that I could have gone faster, as we see Rusty Wallace temporarily look to the inside of Terry Labonte. Nothing there. Jeff said the crowd was so enthusiastic when he went through the S's. They were all standing up and cheering. It distracted him, and it kept him from what he felt was maybe a better shot at the pole.
But it isn't where you start, it's where you finish. And right now, Jeff Bodine is the leader. Our battle for 2nd position is a quite good one. It involves the pole sitter, Terry Labonte, and the 2nd place starter, Rusty Wallace. And then comes Neil Bonnet, followed by Tim Richmond, and then Phil Parsons as the rest of the field streams by.
Dave Marcus there in the life buoy, number 71. Marcus, of course, still very much involved with the IROC cars, in which Jeff Bodine won on Saturday of this past weekend. And Michael Waltrip heads quickly to the pit area, trailing smoke.
You can see smoke start coming from that race car on the backstretch, and Michael Waltrip has pulled into the pit area in that All-Pro Auto Parts sponsored Chevrolet. They raised the hood on the car. This is certainly an unscheduled and could be serious pit stop. The crew works frantically to correct the problem that they have found in that engine compartment. Perhaps Dick Berggren has more information.
Well, it's a little tough to tell right now, Bob Jenkins. They are working under the hood of this car. I can smell smoke. They came in with smoke. Car owner Dick Bear is in there with a screwdriver on the right front corner of it. Smoke coming out from underneath the engine. They are under the hood. More on pit road, Jerry Punch.
Well, Buddy Baker is spoiled on the very first lap. I'm with his crew chief, Doug Reifert. And Doug, what happened out there to Buddy?
Well, what I can understand what he said is evidently he spun going up the backstretch there, and it looks like very little damage. He come back around. He just lost a little ground, but he's still in good spirits, and I think we have a good run going here today. We just got to get caught back up and finish the race.
Well, minimal sheet metal damage on the Crisco Oldsmobile for Buddy Baker.
Well, you remember a year ago at this race, Buddy decided to set out the event and allow Al Unser Sr. to take over that ride, and Al himself had a couple of problems during the course of the race, and Buddy, the first really in trouble here in this race this year. There's again that battle for second position as Jeff Bodine continues to lead. Labonte has been holding off the challenge of Rusty Wallace. It appears as if Rusty may have the faster car, but just cannot find the opportunity to pass Terry Labonte.
Back to that Baker situation just a bit, just to give you an idea how much of a difference 20 years make. Buddy has finished third here at Watkins Glen in 1965. He was third. His father, Buck, won in 57 and was fourth in 1964. So there's a lot of Baker heritage here at Watkins Glen.
And that is Bill Elliott, believe it or not, who is moving to the inside of the racetrack and allowing the field to go by him. There must be something wrong. Yes, there's serious problems with the number 9 Coors Spelling Ford. A lot of smoke pouring from that race car. Bill Elliott will be coming in with serious mechanical problems.
Bill Elliott, who has won on super speedways twice already in 1987. Now watch for Elliott in a red car. He'll dart down to the left of your screen, and there you see the smoke as he trails Darrell Waltrip right in front of Dale Earnhardt, and Bill Elliott heads for the cellar to get out of the way.
So an unfortunate incident for Bill Elliott as we are early in this event, and he is headed for pit road.
It almost doesn't look like something in the engine compartment, Bob. I don't think that's engine. We see a left rear tire that's flat. That's one of the problems, or at least it is extensively out of air.
Well, let's go to Dick. Maybe he can tell us what's going on.
Well, right now the crew doesn't know what's going on. They do have Elliott in the pit area here. They're jacking it up. The engine is silent at this moment. Interestingly, they are not going under the hood. They are jacking the car up. They apparently are going to go underneath it. They are looking at the rear end. No service has gone on so far. This is a very serious problem, whatever it is, and so far they haven't got it. They don't know what it is for sure.
So we'll continue to watch that situation involving Bill Elliott, who has pitted early in the Budweiser at the Glen. We have completed 6 laps, and Jeff Bodine in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet leads Rusty Wallace and Terry Labonte. We'll be back in a moment.